Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Geek Talk. I am so excited for you all to be here. Let's make sure we have all of our guests tuning in across all of the platforms. We seem to be having a little bit of a technical disturbance on Facebook, so I am going to try to bring that Greetings, everyone. This is Sabrina Lowery, the tech evangelist. Welcome to another episode of Geek Talk. I am your host, and I am affectionately known as the tech evangelist. And this podcast is here to give entrepreneurs expert knowledge. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I am thankful that we have another episode pushing across the airwaves. I want to give our audience an opportunity to let me know where you are streaming from. And thank you so much for being here. All right. I am making sure that my guest is here. All right. Sounds good. Let me make sure that this is streaming properly because we were having some difficulties behind the scenes. So just bear with me for just a moment. There we go. All right. So I want to bring greetings to everyone and thank you all so much for being here. In this episode, I am going to welcome a very, very special guest of mine, and her name is Dr. Nadia Monsano. Dr. Nadia Monsano is the proud recipient of the President Lifetime Achievement Award, the Speak Life Award, the Creating Ambassadors of Peace Award, and the Woman of the Heart Award. She is an internationally recognized speaker and shares her expertise on the importance of having a positive mindset and empowering women to achieve their business goals. Dr. Nadia sat on the board of the chair of the Women's Roundtable Action Platform of Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Monsano is also an award winning graphic designer and business coach. She is also a 12-time international best-selling author, marketing and branding strategist, and a retired veteran staff sergeant of 10 years of service with the United States Army. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Geek Talk my very special guest, Dr. Nadia Monsano. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you so much for having me on this platform this evening with you. I am super excited to be here with you today.
Perfect. Give me just one moment to make sure that our audience is tuning in. Perfect. We are here, everyone. We are live with Dr. Nadia Monsano, and I cannot wait to jump right into our conversation because if you are an entrepreneur and you are trying to grow your business, build wealth, or figure out how to use technology without feeling overwhelmed, this podcast episode is for you. Welcome to Geek Talk, everyone. Again, I am Sabrina Lowery with our special guest, Dr. Nadia Monsano of Elite Creations. And I want everyone to know who she is. Welcome to Geek Talk, Dr. Nadia. Please tell our audience something that I did not share in your bio about yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I am again Dr. Nadia Monsano. I am actually the CEO and founder of my branding and marketing and business coaching company called Elite Creations, and I help business owners start and launch their businesses in a professional manner so that you can have the most professional digital footprint that your business can have, because we need to be able to brand your business so that you are able to be seen online as a professional business owner. And I take pride in being able to work alongside you to help you brand, launch, and scale your business. So thank you for Sabrina for having me on again this evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nadia. I want to give a shout out to my Instagram followers behind the scenes. I need you all to go on over to YouTube and follow me, subscribe there. I'm going to be making a big announcement. We're having a little technical difficulty, so you won't be able to hear me over here. So I'm going to invite you over to my YouTube channel at Sabrina Lowery Tech. So just enjoy what you can, but for the full episode and the replay, you can always go to Spotify and YouTube. All right, Dr. Nadia, I want everyone to hear what we are sharing tonight because we've got a great conversation ahead. And I want them to just kick back, grab their favorite beverage of choice, and enjoy our conversation. I have been so anxious to have you on my show. So let's jump right into the conversation, shall we?
Of course, absolutely.
Excellent. So I want you to tell everyone, what is Dr. Nadia's superpower?
Ooh. Listen, they say I have the patience of a saint, right? I know my superpower is really being able to work with individuals who, if you're under the sound of my voice and you're an entrepreneur, you have all the business ideas in the world in your mind, right? You wanna learn AI, you wanna build websites, you wanna coach, you wanna teach, you wanna do all the things, but you're just not too sure where to start. The superpower that I have is once you have a conversation with me, we are going to put out a very good blueprint for you to follow so that you can be successful in all of your endeavors that you have to do. We are going to be working with clarity, right? We're going to be not working with confusion and doing 50 things at the same time. I always tell my clients and or my students, we're going to do one thing at a time till completion, and then we're going to move on to the next project or the next idea. So many times we start a project and then we come up with another idea, and without finishing the project that we're on right now, we jump into something else. Right. So we have to make sure, if it's one thing that you have to learn, is complete the project that you're on right now before you decide to go and do something else. So my superpower is helping you get the clarity on how to finish the project that you're on right now so that we can go on to something else.
And that's major because, there's some adults out there with some ADHD and some ADD. So we need you, Dr. Nadia, to keep the clarity in focus. All right, everybody, we needed to clip that for StreamYard. That's one of those nuggets. I appreciate that so much. And I love when you tell your story. So I want to go back. I want to go back to before there was a doctor in front of
Yes.
Nadia Monsano. So let's go back to where it all began before the entrepreneurial journey, because in your bio, it talks about your journey as a veteran. So just give us the full scope and tell us about your journey, Dr. Nadia.
Absolutely. My journey to entrepreneurship. Um, so I, of course, did 10 years in the United States Army. So obviously I went straight out of high school, right? Straight out of high school, I enrolled in the US Army and did my 10 years there. After retiring from the U.S. Army, of course, I went into my director in my 9 to 5 job. And as I was going through my 9 to 5 job, I realized I needed to do more than just go to work to a 9 to 5. And again, no shade at anyone that's going to their 9 to 5 job on a daily basis. We have to be able to take care of our families. For me, I just wanted to be able to do more with my community. I'm a servant leader, right? I definitely consider myself a servant leader. And one day, someone called me and said, "Hey, do you know how to design a website?" And I'm like, "No, I have no idea how to design it, but I tell you what, I'll give it a try," right? and I didn't. That was back in, of course, 2020. And when I did the first interview, I gave it to the person. They're like, "Oh, this is really good. How much do you charge for it?" I'm like, "No, no, no. This is not a business. I don't have a business or anything like that, right? I just did this for you. You can definitely go ahead and use it." And they're like, "No, you did such a great job. I want to tell, someone else about you." And lo and behold, one person told another and told another. And then I realized, wait, I am really starting a business, right? I'm really starting the groundwork. So I had to learn all of the systems and all the things that I need to have in place, right? To manage, intaking of customers and all the things. Again, I'm now starting, no idea. And of course, this message is for really someone who's just really sitting down thinking about, I need to start my entrepreneurship journey. I don't know where to start. I have too many ideas. For me, I want you to just start, right? Just start. You can definitely learn as you go, right? Learn as you go and teach yourself all of the things that you definitely need to be successful in your business. Of course, to be even more successful, you want a business coach to be alongside you. You don't want to hit your head up against a wall, right? You definitely don't want to do that. So definitely get yourself a business coach. So my journey coming out of the US Army, right? And of course, something that, most people do not know about me is I did do a 1-year tour in Afghanistan for Iraqi freedom. And I did gain my Iraqi Freedom Medal of Honor as I did my 1-year tour in Iraq. But when I got out of Iraq, thank goodness, knock on wood, thank God, I came back home. I knew that was the end of my journey for the Army, and I needed to get out because I was getting ready to have my son, right? So it was not an easy journey to entrepreneurship. I stumbled across it. It was nothing that was planned, right? I did stumble across it, but it was the best decision that I made for myself, and you can make for your family as well, is to start your entrepreneurship journey, is to build legacy for your family. And I want you guys to realize that it just starts with that one step, right? It takes that one step to either get with a business coach or just what you want to do as an entrepreneur and just get started. And my phrase is always just do it afraid.
Oh, I love that clip. That do it afraid, everyone. Do it afraid. Dr. Nadia, you give everyone such a warm feeling when you are in our presence. And I love so much the way that you operate and lead. And so, one of the things that I've found over the years is that sometimes we can face some unique challenges. Okay. So before we go into the entrepreneurship side of it, I want you to talk about the government military side of those challenges. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. They're all over the news. They're always giving us these fake news. And so I want the real news here on Geek Talk.
Yeah,
Dr. Nadia, tell the
absolutely.
people, what is it that you were challenged with and how did you
Mm.
overcome those challenges?
Absolutely. And thank you for hitting home on that because I am a best-selling author in our Ladies in Tech Volume 4 anthology with the visionary Kenyatta, and of course, alongside you, Sabrina, as my co-author. And my chapter in that particular book, I did talk a little bit about my experience in going through the Army. For me, I literally went through the military base that I went through was actually male dominated type of base. So my group of females that went through this particular base was the first set of ladies to go through this base. So the men looked at us like, oh, you're not going to be able to lift this. You're not going to be able to climb this wall. You're not going to be able to shoot this weapon. You're not going to be able to throw this grenade. And they always gave us that perception of you can't because you are a female. You can't because you are a female. And we as females that were there were like, okay, we're going to have to show them. We're going to have to show them who we are and we mean to be here, right? We definitely deserve the right to be here with you. So, I shared the story in the anthology about having to go through an obstacle course. And there was this sergeant who came to me and was like, if you need some help getting over the wall, if you need some help in climbing the ropes and all the things, like, do you need some extra time? Like, what do you need to do to get this done? It's like, no, I got it. I've been practicing and things of that nature. So when the race started, we all went off and I climbed the ropes, I jumped the walls, and I did all the things that I needed to do. And then when I looked back, I saw one of my male counterparts was struggling to even get over the wall, right? And again, in the military, the one thing we teach you is no man gets left behind or no woman gets left behind. So I decided to run back and get him and help him over the wall and all the things. And at the end of the race, Amanda came to me and said, that was very impressive that you were able to do these type of things. Again, we as females, long story short, is sometimes we have to prove ourselves in some type of these industries, especially the male dominated industry, right? Whether it's IT, military, wherever we are, we have to show that we belong there. Yes, it may take a little bit of extra work, but we belong in all the spaces that men are as well. So that is my message to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nadia, for that. I want to clip that. I want everyone to understand that the military is designed for a purpose and it has challenges in and of itself. Regardless of you're a male, you're a female, there are other unique challenges if you're thinking of leadership. Let's remember 10 years in the Army, there's a leadership journey there. There are obstacles that have been overcome in that role. So now I want you to take those skills, Dr. Nadia, and tell everyone about that entrepreneurial journey and what made you kickstart in the graphic design business. That was not related to your role and your skills in the Army, but how did you do it?
Absolutely. Funny story, when in the year before 2020, the year before 2020, I crossed all my T's and dotted my I's because I knew, again, I wanted to go into entrepreneurship. However, when 2020 came in, I was supposed to be the PR person. I was going to go out and I was going to talk about businesses with everyone. And then they were like, oh, no, you cannot go out. It's 2020, right? How did my military leadership style kick in? We never give up. We pivot and we do something different to make sure that we can continue the journey, right? So again, that's how I ended up, coming back inside, putting my, my head in and was like, okay, what can I do for businesses? And that's when I decided to do, of course, graphic design. Now, did I go to school for graphic design? No. Okay, how did Nadia learn? She taught herself. We did some YouTube University. I'm not ashamed to say that that's where I went as well, right? To learn some YouTube University. And of course, partnering with other people who did graphic designs to help me get my foundation. And of course, partnering with people who already had businesses to teach me how do I lay the foundation of my business. But you have to have that I'm not going to quit mindset because an obstacle came into my way and I need to now be able to move that obstacle out my way so that I can get to the finish line, right? So that's how I'm able to use my military skill set, knowing that, okay, if I need to get to point A to point B and there's something in my way, figure out how we're going to move it because we're not going to stop. We're not going to quit, right? And again, to the entrepreneurs, you're going to get tired. You're going to get weary. You're going to get tired. Some days you're going to get 50 no's and no yeses from everything that you're doing, right? But it's all about how do you flip those no's? Why did the person tell you no in the first place, right? Is there something you need to fix within your business? Fix it, then move on to see if you can get the yes. Don't just say, oh, it's a no and I'm done, right? I just, for me, I'm that encourager so that you're not going to just take the no and you're not going to just tell me no. Tell me no and why. Like, why did we not be able to do X, Y, Z? So now I need to know how to fix back to you. So we just learn from our mistakes and make it much better.
That's right. And I want the entrepreneurs to know that is a part of the journey is
Mhm.
learning from your mistake, right? So let's just put that in context. If someone had a plan and in that written plan, the plan didn't quite go their way, most entrepreneurs give up. Let's just call it what it is, right?
Yes.
And so instead of giving up, what Dr. Nadia is saying, maybe you should embrace a business coach. Maybe you should get a consultation with a professional that specializes in where your problem lies.
There
Because
you go.
sometimes entrepreneurs happen to be those people with the skills. They're sitting on what you're
There you go.
waiting on, what you're needing. So, shout out to my business coach, Dr. Cheryl Wood, who always taught
Mhm.
us through Global Speakers University that your audience is waiting on what you're sitting on. So you
Exactly.
got to give the people what they want, but then attach a price tag to it because you know we are not volunteers around here.
There we go.
I love that.
Making
I
sure
love that.
yes. Attach the price tag. That is a true statement.
That's right. So I want us to segue this conversation, right? So let's talk about in this industry because you are a phenomenal lady in tech, ladies and gentlemen, as
Yes.
one of our amazing co authors. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of Dr. Nadia's graphic design work. So tell the people, Dr. Nadia, I'm going to do a little show and tell. Tell the
Yep.
people about the design work that went into it and how you've actually been a part of all 4 volumes. And I'll grab the other book covers while you're talking about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So shout out, of course, to our amazing visionary, Dr. Kenyatta Powers Rucker, who has this amazing journey. Whew, we're in volume 4 together, right? So which means I've been doing this for 4 years with her year after year. And each year she always tries to make sure that she's not only bringing the ladies together to the ladies in tech to come together to talk about their journey through technology. But this year she added and friends. So every year we decide what the cause is for the book, like what is the audience that we're trying to reach. And this year when we did and friends, you notice on the cover of the book there's locked arms, right? So because we as entrepreneurs and women, we need to lock arms together when we're going through this particular journey. So that's how we came up with the locked arms, because it's talking about male dominated industry, and we as women needed to lock arms to make sure that we help each other get through this particular industry. And as I design year after year with her, I love her vision and her mission of taking ladies in tech to another level, of being able to talk about all of the things that we go through behind the scenes, because it's not always very pretty in the world that we are in, right? So we always have to make sure that we lock arms with each other. And some of the covers that Sabrina is going to show you that we've done together always show just collaboration. And I love the fact that each year I get to meet new entrepreneurs, new business owners, new authors. Some of them are first time authors as well, and I'm able to use my graphic design skills to help them launch a business, right? You were an author, now you became a speaker, now you're able to go out and sell books. It's entrepreneurship. You're getting ready to start this journey, right? So I love the fact that we partner with each other, between Dr. Kenyatta and myself, to help other authors start their entrepreneurship journey as an author as well. So it's twofold. It's definitely great that we're able to help these authors as well.
I love it. Okay, are you ready? All right, here we go. Volume 3.
I
Let's
love
show
that
the
one.
people. Volume 3 front cover. Volume 3 back cover. Tell us about what inspired you for volume 3.
So volume 3, we were looking for all of the Kenyatta wanted silhouettes of women, right? But I didn't want like the whole body. You're gonna see some of the other volumes at the body, and we just wanted the head and the technology that is part of the head that is on there. It's like we're always having to use our brains and our minds to figure things out, right? So that's why I love this particular cover in using the heads of the ladies.
All right, so there's 4, there's 3. All right, let's back it on up, back it on up. Volume 2.
Yes, 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 yes. It's all about the technology, especially in this particular volume. You know how we have that chip that we put into our computer. The membrane of that computer is that chip. And we wanted to show that we as women can be that chip that we plug in, and we are being able to make a difference as women as we are that chip. So that's what we wanted
I
to
love
on
it.
the chip.
All right, y'all. There it is. 4, 3, 2. And here we are, volume 1,
Day
where it
one.
all
Day one where it all
began.
began. Where it all began on day one. Day one. Day one was all about just, of course, again, the silhouettes of the ladies, and we carry our briefcases, we're in our suits. I mean, we're professional when we go out there, so we wanted to show the professional side of the ladies in tech in this particular volume, in our first volume.
I love that so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4-volume book anthology series, Ladies in Tech and Friends. And if you missed last week's episode of Geek Talk, you missed the announcement from Dr. Kenyatta Powers Rucker. Volume 5 is coming in 2027. So, shout out to Dr. Kenyatta. Thank you so much for giving us a platform to do what we do. We want everyone to know that the books are available. You can go on sabrinalowery.com. And now I want to segue and do a little show and tell with Dr. Nadia. And so let's go into your website and tell the people a little bit about your products and your services.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, with my particular services, you can definitely click on services. Things that I do offer are website design, of course, logo design. I'm able to do all the things, show production as well. But the most thing that I love doing is, of course, helping entrepreneurs get started with their business. So you get to have a conversation with me, right? That first consultation is not just about Nadia design something for me. Our first consultation is talking about your business. Let's talk it through. Let's walk through your vision, your mission, and your values of your business. If you are an entrepreneur, you should know your vision, your mission, and your values. If you don't know that yet, you need to definitely understand what those things are, right? What they are, so that you know who you can help, who you can support. Of course, not everyone is able to go into a studio, right, and take pictures with a photographer. So I do help with virtual brand photo shoots. We can give you some really great headshots for your website, for your social media pages. Let's look professional, okay, guys? So we don't want any pictures in the car and all the other different places. So let's get you some virtual photo shoots, and of course, workflow automations. Of course, I'm teaching on AI. Let's stop doing some manual things, right? I know some people like, I don't want to use AI. I'm telling you, you need to use this. Is not if you're going to use it, it's when you're going to use it, right? You are going to use it at some point if you're an entrepreneur in your business. So let's talk about the things that you do manually, and let's put some automation workflows in there. And of course, like I said, websites and graphic designs. We get to talk about your vision of what would you like your website to look like, right? Social media manager. Are you that person who doesn't know what to post that particular day or doesn't even have time. Like, you know what you want to post, you just don't even have the time because you're going to your 9 to 5, you have family, you have all the things going on. I do provide social media management for your platform. So let me create the content, let me post it for you, let me do your blogs, your email marketing, your email campaign. So we can definitely do that. And of course, we talked about online show production, like what Sabrina is doing today, as well as building your app for your business. Let's build you an app for your business. And then UGC videos is if you have a product and you want to be able to make content around your product, let me make that content for you. And then, of course, most importantly, digital products and ebooks. Can you train on something? Do you have that knowledge in your head and you want to get it on paper? Let's talk about building you an ebook so that you can start selling your training and your value. And you can start a course. And then, of course, I always have space for my day ones, right? My elite creation clients only. They are able to book me as well for 1 hour sessions on a monthly basis. And then, of course, I have my Fearless Voices of Strength anthology that is coming up. So yes, I do anthologies and book writing myself.
Awesome,
Thank you for sharing
awesome,
that.
awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Nadia, with all the things. Clip that. I think that is important for entrepreneurs to know when we are multifaceted, right? They call us hyphenated entrepreneurs, right? What is a hyphenated entrepreneur? That is an entrepreneur that has multiple skill sets, potentially multiple businesses like we do, and we have those skill sets that we are able to monetize. So that's what that multifaceted, multi-hyphenate, when you hear those sayings out there in the world. So I want us to segue, Dr. Nadia, because we've talked about the book, we've talked about your products, we've talked about your services. I think it's important for us to also talk about your award. Dr. Nadia Monsano with Elite Creations awarded several of us, almost 100 women, with the Phenomenal Woman That's You award. And so, Dr. Nadia, I hold this proudly now, having you on my podcast to just say thank you for recognizing me. And I want you to tell the audience what it is about this award and this platform that makes it so unique and so special that women have already signed
Yes.
up for 2027.
Yes, they definitely have. And again, first and foremost, Sabrina, I want to thank you for your yes, right? It takes that yes in partnering with me to make this a success. And so just a quick recap of Phenomenal Woman That's You was started back in 2020. I wanted a way of giving back to community. Like I always said, I love to give back to community. And I knew nonprofit organizations out there were struggling. They were struggling to keep afloat with their own organizations. And I wanted a way to give back to them. Other than just saying, click a donate button and give to this nonprofit and just move along, I wanted to create impact. I wanted to create a lasting change. So I decided to create Phenomenal Woman That's You awards gala and magazine features. So the ladies partner with me and they pay for their magazine features. The award is absolutely free. You are selected to get your award. The payment part comes in, of course, as you receive your magazine features. When you pay for your magazine features, I take all the monies collected for those magazine features and I donate to nonprofit organizations as well. So it's more than just, give you an award and walk away and say thank you. It's let's have a celebration. Let's have an award. Let's shine a light on you because you do so many different amazing things in the community, especially you, Sabrina. And, that's why you were definitely selected. And we also have, of course, a networking event that we do on a Friday. So we all collaborate. For me, it's all about collaboration and leadership, right? We all left learning something about another person, collaborating with another person, even if it was just getting on their social media pages and following them. And now each day you're somebody's liking and sharing. That's collaboration. It doesn't always have to be monetary collaboration, right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference with my nonprofit organization and my awards ceremony. It's not just about getting an award and moving on. It's getting the award, celebrating each other, networking, sharing a meal. But then we get to partner with nonprofit organizations. And some of the things that we've done, we've sent scholarships. We send kids to college with scholarships. We've donated to cancer foundations, lupus foundations, all of the things. And that's because of collaboration with the right woman. And again, next year, we are slated for March 12th and 13th, 2027, back here in Florida in person. And nominations are now open for nominating a phenomenal woman, and they will get all of the information needed. Again, the phenomenal woman, that's you. Thank you so much for showing the website, has all of the details that you're going to be needing for this event.
Awesome, Nadia. Thank you so much. I wanted everyone to know about it. There is the information on the screen. That is everyone's opportunity. And hint, hint, nominate a sister. Okay. That is the opportunity. Nominate your business bestie, whatever that looks like for you. So, Dr. Nadia, I was not able to attend in person, but that hybrid virtual celebration was amazing. And so I want to congratulate you on a successful event. I'm sure there will be a gallery where they can see some of the past videos and footage from the celebration. It was absolutely exceptional. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention so that you can learn more, you can become a sponsor, or you can be an award recipient like yours truly. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Nadia. This has been an amazing conversation. And so, with everything that you do, how is it that you manage all the hats that you are wearing? Tell the people, give the entrepreneurs that expert knowledge, and clip that.
Absolutely. Yes. So again, we as entrepreneurs, we wear several hats, right? For me, it's all about taking things one day at a time and keeping yourself on a task list. If I don't have a task list or on my calendar to do something, it's not going to get done. And I know that about myself. So I make sure that, I'm training a class right now and we talk about our non-negotiables. What are the non-negotiable things that you are going to be doing in your business? One of my non-negotiables is before my head hits that pillow at night, there is a task list already created for what I'm going to be doing the next day, who I'm meeting with, the conversations that I'm getting ready to have, so that it's out of my head, it's onto a task list. And when I wake up in the morning, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, right? If you are not keeping up with a task, like, oh, I'm going to remember, you're not. And if you're that person I'm a writer, I'm a person who has a notebook and I write, yes, but I'm plugging those things into my calendar. I'm plugging my things into a workflow, an AI automation. Like, let these tools that we are now have available to us, use them, right? Use them to help you through your entrepreneurship journey. They're not here to hurt you or harm you. They're here to help you with the process of your journey through entrepreneurship, right? So first and foremost, let me first say this. I don't do it alone. I have a team, right? It takes a team to do all the things, right? And you may be at a point where I may not be able to afford a team right now, right? guess what we have? I know Sabrina does AI agents now, right? She's teaching us how to do some AI agents. So I highly recommend that you get with Sabrina so that you can learn how you can get an unpaid, right, AI agent to get into your business to help you with your task as well. And I'm super excited to see that you're doing AI agents now, Sabrina, because Lord knows we need them inserted into our entrepreneurship journey.
Yes, Dr. Nadia, thank you so much for that reminder. All of the audience needed, they need to be encouraged with the technology. And
Yes.
here's a funny story. So today was the Red Hat celebration, hence me
Mhm.
wearing my red hat today.
Yes.
Atlanta is hosting the international conference here with Red
Mhm.
Hat. There are
Mhm.
a multi-billion dollar technology company. If you have not heard of Red Hat, just go on YouTube and you can rewatch the keynote from this morning. But my
Mhm.
husband attended, and he is also in IT. And he said every breakout session was about AI.
Yeah. Yep.
Every breakout session was about AI. So let's
Mhm.
talk about those fears, but then
Mhm.
let's actually encourage the people to work with us
Yep.
because we're not afraid of AI. So talk to the people, my fearless technology sister.
Absolutely. I mean, I go to the, trainings and things of that nature, learning about AI. And I know some of us are like, they're, take getting rid of jobs and all the things, right? But what about you, the entrepreneur? How can you leverage AI within your business? So I knew when AI became a thing, for a graphic designer, like AI can design a flyer within like what, 2 seconds, right? I would take 24 hours because I'm dragging and my skill set, I'm making sure things are aligned and all the things, right? But if I'm using AI within my business, no, again, I'm not using the AI to say in everything that I do. Like I have to be the face of my company. I still have to be authentic within my company. So you're still going to be talking to me and you're going to still be able to collaborate and do the things with me. But in the back end, just to create my task list, I say, hey, AI system, remind me to do this tomorrow. And I just need you to give me my list, email it to me by 7 a.m. I need this list to be in my email so that I know exactly how I'm going to maneuver my day. Simple. No one's job is getting taken over, right? It's just me being able to strategically get a task list together and a reminder that, I need to have certain systems within my business, especially as a graphic designer and the things that I know how to design, like a website. Now there's a website, you put a prompt in, it can build you a website. Website takes a long time to build when you're doing it manually, right? Now I can create a website within, an hour, coding it correctly and take the code and go do the different things that I need to do with the code because I need the code base. Writing codes for building a website is a lot, right? So for me, I am pretty much telling you guys, use the AI within your business just to help you move momentum in your business where you're not stuck doing things manually. Tasks can be automated, right? Things that you can do manually, yes, you can do them manually, but research and see what you can do with automation.
Oh, I love that so much. Clip that. We definitely want that clipped because that is a part of the conversation that I'm tired of people being tired of.
Yeah.
Because there are things that people still don't know what they don't even know. And that includes the trainers. So I am the trainer instructor. Okay. So on Friday, I will be teaching AI tools to a group of real estate instructors in the state of Georgia that want
Mhm.
to learn how to use AI to get their courses approved by the Georgia Real Estate Commission. And so I need everybody to know that there is an opportunity that's coming up right in front of you all. So I'm going to pull that information up, Nadia, while we
Mhm.
continue our conversation, because we just talked about opportunity and extending opportunity. And when people don't know what they don't know, they miss
Yes.
out on
They miss out.
opportunity.
Absolutely. And as you're doing that, Sabrina, I'm looking at my news feed as well. So definitely shout out to all the people looking at us on our news feed. I saw Dr. Jennifer does have a question for us, like have used Manus to build websites and things of that nature. I've used Manus. I'm not sure if you've used it before, Sabrina. And again, we have other AI tools as well to build. So yes, Dr. Jennifer, you can definitely use these AI tools to build websites and things of that nature. What I do is I don't use them for hosting my website, so I go to a different hosting provider, but I'm able to build the outline of the website like this and then change it to a hosting provider that like Wix, GoDaddy, all the different places like that. But using the tool just helps me build faster, which means it used to take me, I could only do about clients a weekend to build their websites. Now I can take 7, 8, 9 clients for the weekend, which again is helping me to scale my business, being able to take additional clients as well.
Yes. And Dr. Jennifer, I was going to do that. So you got just ahead of me. So I will demonstrate a Manus site that I created. But for everyone that is interested in this class, an AI opportunity for course writing, you do not have to be an instructor. And so here is the site for registration, GREA.org/2026 mid year registration for all of those that are listening audibly to the podcast, the GREA Mid-Year Symposium, where I will be the morning instructor at 9 a.m. in Atlanta at the Atlanta Realtor Center. That is on May 15th, and I am posting that link in the comments for everyone. So there's the information there. There is the agenda. There is my class, developing GREC approved real estate courses using artificial intelligence. And there it is, yours truly.
Yes, truly.
I will be giving you 3 hours of CE credit. Instructors, you will want to be there. I've spent hours, countless hours developing this curriculum alongside our Deputy Commissioner, Kim Yarrington, and our education advisor, Shari Ann, so that I could have all of the information and the tools. So as you can see, this is affordable learning. $55 for a 3-hour class, $75 for a 3-hour class, and you do not have to be a member of this organization. You just need to be there. So I'm going to stop that share. Clip that. And now I'm going to go to that Manus site that Dr. Jennifer was asking about. And so that I can demonstrate the power of AI using a Manus AI website that I did for my podcast. So when I started my podcast, Nadia, I did not have a website specifically for the podcast. And so guess what? Now I do. So this is a look at Geek Talk, y'all. And what I've done, as Dr. Nadia expressed to you, Dr. Jennifer, is I built the website using AI tools. And then I took the content and I've embedded it on my Sabrina Lowery website. So I'm going to drop my website in the chat. Okay. And what you'll do is when you get off the broadcast, you'll go to sabrinalowery.com and you will be able to see that new tab on my website with this Manus AI content generation. All right. And so as you can see, even this image was AI produced. All I did was give it my headshot, give it my logo. These images I designed in Canva. So as Dr. Nadia said, the content was structured on the Manus platform, but yes, I did customize this website by putting my thumbnails on each of the clickable podcast links. So yes, did this take time? Ask me how much time, Dr.
I know.
Nadia. This was under 1 hour,
Yep.
complete start to finish with all of my prompts. I did not have to upload logo
Yep.
thumbnails. I did not have to upload the links. All I gave it was the prompts. And now I have a one-stop shop for
There you go.
all of my podcast episodes across all of the platforms that Geek Talk didn't have 16 episodes ago.
I love it. I
So
love
there
it.
it is. There's a demonstration right there. I hope that answers her question. Do you have any other live questions before we come to a conclusion?
Everyone is just saying, of course, great information. Thank you, Annette, so much for tuning in. And Dr. Rhonda and Adelina. Adelina is looking in with us as well, so definitely want to shout them out as well. But everyone is saying great information, that we are sharing here this evening.
I love that. Thank you so much, everyone. Excuse me for tuning in. Dr. Nadia, I'm going to grab a sip of water while you give your parting thoughts and reminders about any upcoming events or special offers that you have for our audience today.
Absolutely. And again, first and foremost, thank you again, Sabrina, for having me be a part of Geek Talk here with you this evening. I'm super excited. I knew this conversation was going to be really amazing between us. So definitely thank you again for having me be a part of the platform. Again, we talked about entrepreneurship, my journey through the military to corporate to now a solo entrepreneur. It's not an easy road. Okay. And, I was just talking to a friend today and we talked about entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart, right? You have to have all your skin in the game when you're coming to be an entrepreneur. But understand this, you did not start the business to quit the business when you get your couple of no's. You're going to get the no's, right? You're going to get them. Just understand how you get to flip those no's into yeses. What do you need to do to pivot within your business to make it a successful business? You didn't start it to quit. You started the business to, build legacy for your family. Like I am the first entrepreneur in my family. And, it's a great feeling to know that I'm able to sustain my family with my business, right? So always know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Make sure you're able to, again, have that skin in the game. And like I said earlier, do it afraid. Whatever that it is, do it afraid because you never know what is on the other side of fear, right? It can give you a rewarding feeling on the other side of fear. So always remember to be afraid. Pivot when you have to within your business, but never, ever, ever quit on the dream or the thing that got embedded into you that you know that you need to be doing as an entrepreneur. Make sure you continue to do it because you are the legacy builder of your family.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Nadia. I appreciate you. I know that you have a heart and a spirit for collaboration like I do. And as I've told you, every time that I get to be in front of you, I look forward to our future collaboration.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you for being on the podcast tonight. I want everyone to remember to connect with Dr. Nadia. Make sure that if you are looking for a business partner, a business coach, and someone that leads with such elegance and grace, Dr. Monsano is highly recommended by yours truly. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That. All right, everyone. This has been another fantastic episode. I hope you have enjoyed the conversation. I am so thankful that you all have tuned in for the past 17 episodes. And while this has been an exciting journey for me, there was a purpose for me starting this podcast. I started this podcast as a way for me to gain exposure, for me to build my business and my brand, but also to solidify my legacy by having real, meaningful conversations with people that are doing meaningful work in their communities. So, with that being said, I am announcing that Geek Talk is going to be wrapping up in June. We have had an exceptional run as a podcast, and not only as a host, that I've been able to take my message from 2016 when I did my very first podcast. And you can go back on my YouTube channel and see when I started talking about AI and doing these live streams for the people. And now here we are a decade later, and I have been hired as the new adjunct professor for Chattahoochee Technical College for real estate starting this summer. And I am so thankful because this opportunity allows me to teach a subject that not only do I know it, I love it, and I live it. And so, as a subject matter expert, I am going to not just bring my students amazing information that is tried and true, but my goal is to inspire them, encourage them, empower them to pass the Georgia real estate exam for their salesperson's license. So, this is a 75-hour licensing class. And so when you take this curriculum, not only will you be setting yourself up for entrepreneurship, but you will also obtain your Georgia real estate license by passing the exam, paying those fees. And I'm going to encourage you all to learn more about what is it to get your real estate license by going to GREC, state.ga.us. And I am thankful for this opportunity. I'm excited about this new role. I feel like such a time as this, along my journey, I do everything with intention. And this was something that I knew I would set myself up for my retirement plan. And so, by keeping my license active, by showing up for my community, by teaching classes and getting them approved by the Georgia Real Estate Commission, and obtaining my instructor's license in order to teach, I am officially a college professor. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited. I hope you feel the excitement coming through the internet waves. I hope you are celebrating with me and for me. I want you to tag someone that you know needs to learn from a subject matter expert like me that wants to start their real estate journey and be a student at Chattahoochee Technical College in Marietta, Georgia. And the class is 100% virtual. So you can become a real estate licensee right from the comfort of your home or office. So there you have it. The big announcement. I couldn't wait to share it. It is official. I will be doing my thing with my students starting this fall, and I can't wait. So, I hope to see you out in these real estate streets. There's a lot going on. I need you all to remember to go to sabrinalowery.com to learn more about all things Sabrina Lowery, all of my products. The book bundle is still available, all 4 volumes of Ladies in Tech and Friends, okay? And I want you to schedule that consultation with me if you truly want to learn how to implement AI agents in your business. Clip that. That is all for now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we have another special guest. And as I stated, Geek Talk podcast will be ending in June. So stay tuned for just a few more subject matter experts that will give entrepreneurs expert knowledge. Until next time, good night.